What's up, YouTube? So back today with another video. Today we're actually going to be doing the oil change on my 2016 Subaru WRX. So this process is going to be pretty similar for all cars. Obviously, the oil change I'm doing today is specific to this car, which is the 2015 plus Subaru WRX. STI should be pretty similar except for where the oil filter is. But for every other car, it's basically the same procedure. So I have here laid out all the tools you're gonna need to do the oil change, regardless of what car you have. So the first thing we have here, we have a jack. If you have a low car and you can't get underneath to where the engine is, you will need a jack to jack up the car. My car is very low, hence why I have a low profile jack. And actually, I can't even fit the jack directly underneath the car. I actually have some ramps as well, low profile ramps, to roll the car onto, so that way I have enough clearance to fit the jack. So we have a jack, some low profile ramps or regular ramps if you want. I have a oil drain pan. So basically, when I drain the oil from the engine where the drain bolt is, it's going to collect here in this pan. So I'm going to put this underneath where the engine is. I also recommend getting 2 different funnels. So I have here what I call my clean funnel, because that's the one that I'm going to use to put engine into the oil, so the new oil. And then I have here a dirty funnel. That's the one that I'm going to use to put the old oil into the old container, or the oil container once I'm done with it. And then remember, you cannot just put oil out on the streets. You have to take it to a recycling center. So yeah, I have here 2 jack stands. So once I have the car jacked up, I use the jack stands to support it. I have here the oil on the 2015 and up Subaru WRXs. You have to use 5W30 synthetic. Don't roast me, but I use Mobil 1. It's literally up to your discretion what oil you want to use. I've always used Mobil 1. I never had issues. I check my oil regularly. There's people who praise Motul and say that's the only one that you should use. I've heard people say Redline is the only one. It really doesn't matter. There's so many different types of engine oils. As long as you pick a quality oil and you do regular oil changes, you'll be fine. But just make sure 5W30 for this car, and it has to be synthetic. I also have here oil filter, just a regular Subaru oil filter. It's like $6 from the dealer. And then very important, I also have here a crush washer. Make sure that you get a new crush washer if your car needs it. Do not use the same one that's already on the car, because that one's already used, and odds are you'll probably get an oil leak if you use the same crush washer. Don't put the bolt back in, the drain bolt, without a crush washer, unless your car doesn't need it. But if your car needs it, make sure you use it, because if you use just the bolt, no matter how tight you make it, you're probably gonna get an oil leak. So yeah, just use the crush washer. And also, for those who don't know the way it works, if you see here, there's like a curved edge where my thumb is. So this curved edge, when you put it on the car, the flat side, where my index finger is, that's gonna go towards the bolt. The curved edge is gonna go towards the engine or the oil pan. As you tighten the bolt, this curved edge will compress and it will create a seal, preventing any oil leaks. I also have here 1/2-inch drive wrench with a 17mm socket, which is what the Subaru WRX needs. Make sure you get a socket that is the correct size for your car and the drain bolt. I also have here a oil filter wrench. So this comes in handy if your car has the oil filter in a difficult location. So on the WRX, it's pretty easy. It's literally right dead center in the front, on top of the engine. On most cars, the oil will be somewhere underneath the engine, either directly underneath. You might have it somewhere like closer towards one of the wheel wells, and sometimes it's at an angle or sideways, so it's kind of difficult to get to. So this oil filter wrench comes in handy because let's say you have an oil leak, or your oil filter is all covered in oil as you're trying to get it out. It's gonna be hard to get a grip on it. That thing is very helpful for that. So I'll show you guys how that works. Okay, so for those of you wondering, how much oil do I need to get for my car? Go to your owner's manual, and then in the back, usually it's in the back, for my car at least it's here. So where it says engine oil capacity, so the STI uses 4.5 US quarts, and then underneath it says accept STI. So I don't have an STI, I have a WRX. So for the WRX it's 5.4 US quarts. So I have this big container, this is 5 quarts, the small one is 1 quart. So I'm going to use basically one whole 5 quart container and a little bit less than half of that one. But when you're putting it in, don't just put exactly 5.4. You might not be able to drain every ounce of oil that's currently in the engine. So you want to, when you're filling it, you want to put in the whole 5 quart, put a little bit of the small guy, and then put the car on the ground, check the dipstick, and then add oil as needed. Also, if you go to the engine oil cap, this guy right here, I think it actually says, right, I don't know if you can really read it, but right there, actually, see if I can loosen this guy up. Whew. So if I loosen that up, yeah, it actually says 5W30 right on the cap. So some oil caps will tell you how much oil or what type of oil to use. Others, you just have to go to the manual and look up the page that shows you what oil you need. Alright, so I have the car jacked up. And for those of you who don't know, the way I jack up my car is, you guys see those 2 humps over there where my finger is? In this area? There's like 2 black humps on a plate, a little black plate. That's the position, that's the spot that I use to jack up the whole front end. And then what I do is I take my jack stands and put them on each side where the pinch welds are, where you could jack up the car from each corner. So that's where I put my jack stands. And then also, I don't have a actual wheel chocks, so what I do is I just use a rock, wedge that behind the back tires, and then that way, just in case if anything happens, the car doesn't roll back. Also, make sure you put the car in gear. So the car's off, but I have it in first gear, and I have the parking brake, just in case. So, for the WRX, if you go underneath the car, in between the silver skid plate and these black humps where I jacked up the car, right in the middle, right here, I don't know if you can see it too well, but this right here where my index finger is, that is the drain bolt for the oil. And I'm sorry, I said it was 17 millimeters. It's not. It's actually 14. So it's a 14 millimeter bolt. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my oil drain pan, this guy right here, and then pull it and then have it underneath the drain bolt, so that when I take this off, the oil goes into the pan. And also, I have mine in a little box. You don't need to put it in a box, but maybe if you get some cardboard and put that underneath your drain pan, that would help, because just in case it splashes, or let's say you position your pan in the wrong spot and you miss a little, you don't want it to go directly on your garage floor or on your driveway. So I have mine in a box, and this is a pretty big pan. It wasn't that expensive. I think it was like 15 bucks, maybe 20 bucks. I'll see where I bought it. I'll put a link to that. But yeah, this is a pretty big pan, so it's kind of hard to miss. And like, it's kind of deep as well, so it doesn't really splash. But just in case, I leave it in this box. So another thing you might want to get, some rubber gloves, because this is the part that's going to get a little messy. And some paper towels to wipe down the old bolt and clean up any mess that you may make. Okay, so I pushed my drain pan a little bit that way. That way I can get better access to this bolt. So let's work on getting this guy loose. Oh, okay. That wasn't too bad. Okay, so, whoops, sorry. I think I pushed you guys a little bit. So here's the fun part. I'm gonna slowly take this bolt out and try to not
make a mess. Oh boy. And I drove my car not too long ago. Here we go. Oh, woo! That's a little hot. Oh my god. Make sure your car is cool when you drain the oil. Oh my god, that was a little warm. But yeah, there it goes. And since I have the glove, my hands are clean. And dripping. I have the little crush washer as well, if you guys can see it. So now I'm just gonna let this finish.
One thing that might help when you're draining the oil, just loosen the oil cap. That way, you know, you relieve any pressure in the system, and it'll make it a lot easier for the oil to drain out. So, you know, don't remove it completely because you don't want anything to fall in there. But, you know, just leave it on there, like, you know, half on there, covering it. But, you know, unscrew it so it relieves the pressure. And then what I like to do is, you know, I let the oil finish, and then I get my clean funnel, put the funnel here, put a tiny bit of new oil, and just wait to see it go through and drain out the bottom. Once I see the new oil come out, I know, okay, I've gotten as much of the oil as possible. Now I can plug it back up. One thing I like to do also, even though this is my, you know, quote unquote clean funnel, it has just been sitting in the box with the drain pan, you know, in the garage. So I just get a little paper towel, you know, give it a nice little wipe, make sure there's nothing in there, and then take my plug off. Usually what I do with the plug is I just position it, you know, upwards and just like lean it, you know, on the engine cover or whatever. Now my funnel's ready, so now I'm gonna put in a little bit of the new oil, and I'm gonna use the small container since that one's easier, you know, to pour in.
So I see the new oil, you know, coming out of the drain plug hole. So I'm just gonna wait for this to finish and become just a little bit of a drip, and then I'll put in the drain plug with the new crush washer. Okay, so now it's just like a tiny little dribble of oil. So I got my drain plug and the crush washer. Remember, the curved side is gonna go away from the bolt head and towards the engine and the engine pan. And the flat side is going to sit on the actual bolt itself. So, just like that. And now, time to put this on. There we go. That's on there. I got a little oil on me. So, I'm just going to get a paper towel, wipe the bolt a little bit, and any oil that might be in the, you know, by the opening, you know, from when it came out. And then I'm gonna get my wrench and tighten it.
So, before we fill the engine with oil, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take out the old filter and replace it with the new one. So the filter shouldn't be on there super tight, but if it's too difficult to get off by hand, or if your filter is one of those that goes underneath the car and is mounted sideways or completely upside down, as you're loosening it up, some oil is going to come out and get all over the filter, making it harder to grip and hold. So that's where the oil wrench will come into play. So I'm going to show you guys how the wrench works. As you can see here, it collapses and then it kind of like tightens. So if I want to loosen up the filter, I have to put it in this direction so that when I'm pulling it in the motion to unscrew it, it tightens around the filter. So let me just show you. So I'm going to put it here around the filter. So then go like this. And then as I do this, it's slowly coming out. And this way, nice and easy. It's already fully loose. And then I can just take it out by hand. Great thing about Subaru oil filters, especially on the WRXs, and any engine that has it on top, there's no mess. Have the old filter here, my hands are completely dry, and it's just a great design. So before you put your new filter on, you can't just put it in, dry. So here I have the filter, and you want to put a little bit of oil right around the rubber seal, because that will guarantee that you have a very solid seal, and it'll be easier to take off, the second time around. You don't have to worry about the gasket or the seal getting caught or stuck. So what I do, get your oil container, and then you can use the cap. And what I do is I put a tiny bit of oil in the cap, and try not to make a mess. You don't need a lot. You just need a little bit of oil to get this thing, wet. Use that. And then what I do is I just go around the edge of that seal and get a little bit of oil on it. Like I said, you don't have to put a crazy amount. You just want it to be a little wet. That way when you put it on, it creates a nice seal. Just like that. So now we're ready to put this on the car. Alright. Oil filter. Remove this funnel. Just rotate it, get it onto the threads, and tighten it. So, usually on these, if you go by hand, that's usually good enough. But I'm gonna use the wrench to just get it a little bit tighter, just to make sure. So now, I flip this wrench the other direction, and then I'm gonna tighten it. And okay, and here we go. There we go. That should be plenty. That should be fine. You don't want to over tighten this guy either, because you don't want to damage the threads, and two, you want to be able to take this out the second time. But yeah, now we have the filter, we have the plug on. Now we're going to fill the car with new oil. So now I'm gonna get the little container, just put a little bit from that guy, and then I'll get the car back on the ground, turn the engine on, run it for a little bit, turn it off, check the dipstick, and then fill it up as needed.
Hey guys, so don't forget to also pour out your old oil. So you'll see in this clip, I just have the pan, I have my old oil container, or my used oil container, I put the old funnel, and I'm just gonna pour in the old oil. And then don't forget to take it to a recycling center. So for anybody who's curious on how to check your oil, in your engine bay, you should have like a little yellow plastic ring. That is the dipstick. So here I'm just gonna pull out the dipstick. I'm gonna give it a wipe. Put the dipstick back in. Here, try to put it in. Pull it out again. And then here is where you go to check it. So you see the shiny portion, that is the oil. So where the shiny portion ends, that's where my oil level is. And you'll see there's two dots. So I'm in between the two dots. My finger is on the second dot, that's the high mark. And then you can see I'm like halfway there. And here where my finger is, that is the low dot. So the dot closest to the end of the dipstick is low. The dot further away is high. Ideally, you want to be closer to the second dot or just below it. You don't want to be too far above it, because then that means you overfilled your engine. So yeah guys, hope this video was useful and informative. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos like this, and yeah, thanks for watching.